time for Growing Hope, the show determined to grow up hearts open to pursue the extraordinary. Because you are extraordinary! And now, it's your host, Catherine Lang.
Hello there. Welcome to Growing Hope. I am Catherine Lang, your voice of encouragement or face of encouragement, depending on how you are tuning in. We are on a journey. Either way, whether it's audio or video, we're on this journey to be encouraged, to live encouraged, and to invest in encouragement for our walk and for the walk of the people around us. When we are invested in encouragement, we actually are literally infusing courage into the hearts and the minds of the people that we encounter, including ourselves. And if we're going to walk out our unique design, if we're going to live in purpose and on purpose, we need the courage to step it out. Over the last several weeks, we talked about how you can't talk butterfly to caterpillar people because caterpillar people are tethered to the world. And so we spent several weeks talking about how to break that tether, how to break loose of the limitations of the world and take flight into all of our possibilities. Well, now, once we take flight, what now? How do we keep going? How do we keep on keeping on? Because even if we break free, the world is going to still come at us. The world is going to still attempt to retether us and tell us how we can and cannot go about our journey. But if we're going to live boldly in our unique design, then we have to keep on keeping on. And this week, our focus is on keep on dreaming. Keep dreaming. If you keep dreaming and you keep daring to think up new possibilities and new paths and new challenges, then you will continue to grow and you will continue to stretch. You will continue to fly. Today, we're focused on listening to our hearts. Listen to your heart because your heart will tell you what really lights it up. And remember, deep inside you, planted at the beginning of time, is your heart seed. It is the thing that is unique to you. It makes up all of you, your uniquenesses, all of your strengths, all of your superpowers. And those are the ones that we need to be tapping into. We need to clear out all the clutter that's covered our heart seed and live in that joy and that fun and that excitement and that zing that lights our hearts. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to listen to what zings your heart. The second thing we're going to do is get alone. The third thing we're going to do is seek peace. The fourth thing we're going to do is to break away. And finally, the fifth thing we're going to do is we're going to unplug. If we're going to listen to our hearts, then we're going to have to make an effort to hear what our heart is telling us, to listen, to experience, and then to embrace the truth of our hearts. Many years ago, I knew I wanted to be involved with words. I really wanted to speak. I enjoyed the getting on stage. I enjoyed giving presentations, and I went and tried out for my first play. When I was 12 years old, I looked 17. And so when I went and tried out to be one of the orphans in Little Orphan Annie, I did not look the appropriate age of a 12-year-old. But I was all excited. And I remembered that the director let me know, he was nice about it. He let me know I did not get a part in the play. He told me then that my knees were too pretty. I think that was a polite way of saying you just don't look like a 12-year-old orphan. But anyway, whatever his reason, however, it crushed my heart. And at that point, I did not believe that I could or should be on stage. I didn't think I had what was necessary to perform, all because of one time that I was turned down. Fast forward 17 years, and I was still invested in words, and I still wanted to be part of using words to spread hope and joy and encouragement. And I sent in my first short story to a magazine. They responded with, "You're not old enough to sign this contract. You have to get a parent to sign it." And I read that as we don't want you. So maybe the problem is not in the delivery, but maybe it's in my reception. I was I did not believe I had what it took. Even though writing and speaking just lit me up and excited me, encouraging people, it strengthened me and emboldened me and empowered me to do more. I got caught in the doubts and did not take a step forward until recently when I continued to be encouraged to listen to my heart. I was telling other people to listen to their heart, but I wasn't doing the same thing. And when I was visiting with Alan and D. Scott and Laura and Michael during one of our mastermind groups, they encouraged me. They said, "You need to have more of you in what you're doing." And in their encouragement, I was like, okay, more of me. I can do more of me. And I quit asking permission to be my unique self. I quit waiting for somebody to say what you're doing is what you're supposed to be doing. And I really, really leaned into my heart. So when you listen to what zings your heart, that's the first step to listening to your heart. What zings your heart? It's that warm, giddy feeling that makes you smile. And more importantly, it makes you want to share. It makes you, it infuses you with the courage to do what you need to do or what is driving you to do. It is a uniqueness in you. You'll feel it when you feel it. It lights you up. I love talking to people about their journey and what they truly enjoy and what they truly love, because you can see it all over them. Their whole face will light up. Their whole body will light up. It'll be a different person when they're talking about the thing that zings their hearts. And the same is true about you. If you're not sure what zings your heart, ask the people around you that you talk to the most, what is it that you see that lights me up? And then write that down so that you know and you remember, and you can begin to mold that uniqueness, that zinging, into what it is that you're uniquely designed to do. The second thing is that you've got to make time to get alone. As long as you are surrounded by other people's opinions and other people's ideas and other people's demands, you'll struggle to hear what it is that you truly want to do and who you truly want to be. We are on this journey together. We are stronger and better in relationships, but your journey is still unique to you, and you're the only one that can dictate the path that you take. If you are waiting for the people around you to tell you that you're taking the right steps, you're not listening to your heart. You're listening to the voices around you, which is why you need to get alone. You need to get alone so that you can just settle into that still and that quiet, and you can hear yourself. You can hear your uniquenesses. You can get connected to the heart seed that's growing up inside you. When you connect to that heart seed, then it will help guide you into the path that you need to go. Now, this is not about emotions. Remember, anytime you let emotions drive the bus, you're going to end up in a ditch. This is about tuning into your unique design. What was inherently in you, ingrained in you, part of you, that shines the brightest and the boldest when you're walking it out. That's what we're doing when we listen to our heart. And when you get alone, you start hearing your heart tune. And your heart tune will make you sing and dance to the beat of your drum. The third thing is to seek peace. Peace is that place of contentment, that place of calm. It is when you look at the lake or the pond and it's completely smooth. The storm can be blowing up, things can be going on, but there's just a calm, there's a smooth, there's a settled contentment. Your heart wants to reside in this place of peace and contentment. Your heart needs to be in this place of contentment, peace, calm, smooth, easy. Okay, maybe not so easy sometimes, because when you're walking through a storm, it's not always easy, even when you're content, but it's simple. It's simple because you know the truth. And that's where your heart wants to be, in that simple truth of peace and calm. Even when you're stepping into something new, something that's a little bit scary, something that's a little bit unknown, when you do it from that place of peace and that place of calm, you'll do it boldly. You'll do it intentionally. You'll do it within your unique design, because your heart, the heart seed, the core of who you are, is what is encouraging you down your path. It's what is providing you with the direction that you need. When you seek this place of peace, you are listening for the lack of emotion, not the lack of emotion, but the beyond emotion. We're going beyond emotion. When we have peace, we're beyond emotion. We're not mad. We're not scared. We're not worried. We are settled into our heart seed. We hear our heart tune. We are walking out our heart path. And it's all unique to us, to our design, to our superpowers, to our unique set of skills and intentions and education and possibility thinking. It's unique to us. That's what is at the core of the peace that we have to seek in order to do what we are designed to do. If we are caught up in the emotions, we cannot hear the heart. And without the heart guiding us, we will struggle to walk out our unique design. The fourth thing we need to do is to break free from your normal routine. When we do the same thing over and over again, it becomes our standard operating procedure, and we struggle to see outside of it. It's why people will say, we've never done it that way before. They don't see beyond it, because it's the only way that it's ever been. There's this story about a young lady who gets married, and she goes to cook pot roast for her husband for the first time, and she lops off the end of the pot roast. And he was frugal. He wanted to know why she was lopping off this much meat, because that's a whole nother meal. And she said, I do it because my mom did it. And he said, well, why did your mom do it? She said, I don't know. So he called his new mother-in-law, and he said, why do you cut off the end of the pot roast? And she said, I do it because my mom did it. And he said, well, why does your mom do it? She said, I don't know. He's like, okay, I'm going to get to the bottom of this. And he calls the grandmother, the new grandmother-in-law, and he says, why do you cut off the end of the pot roast? And she says, because that's how long my pan is. But we get into this habit of doing things because everybody else has done it that way, or because that's the way grandmother did it. And we have no idea why we're doing it. And therefore, we don't know what it is we're supposed to be doing, because we're caught up in this tradition. Break free of your normal. Break free of your routine. Go away from your regularly scheduled programming, and let this new space, this new time schedule, this new opportunity get you to a place of hearing you above the traditions, above the routines, above the ordinary and expected. Because you cannot live extraordinary if you're caught and tangled up in the ordinary and expected that the world or even yourself has placed on your journey. And finally, probably the most important thing that we can do on this journey to hear our heart is to unplug. Yeah, it's funny because here we are, we're online, and I'm telling you to unplug. But if you don't unplug, at least for a time, at least on a regularly, uh, maybe not regularly, but often enough to hear your heart, then you won't be able to hear your heart. You'll get caught up in the cycle of the new platform or the new course or the new show or the new whatever. Instead of hearing you, you're caught up in all of this other stuff. So stop scrolling, stop binging. Make room for your heart to be able to share what it wants and where it sees us going by clearing out all the clutter that is truly hindering the ability to hear. If I am listening to podcasts all day long, I don't hear my own thoughts. All I hear is what other people are saying. Now, I do believe that it is important to be invested in good, positive, encouraging, uplifting materials on a regular basis. But there has to be time, there has to be a pause so that you can ingest everything that you're getting and then apply it to your journey. I was sharing earlier that you need to learn from everybody, learn from every opportunity, but then make it your own. And you have to take this pause. You have to unplug from it all long enough to be able to listen to your heart and make it your own. If you're always ingesting, if you're always putting stuff in, you don't have time to digest. If you're always putting it in, you don't have time to digest what's there and make it your own. So unplug. And you could really work your unplug and your breakaway moments together so that when you break away, you do it in complete quiet. Okay. If you're with me, it's not going to be complete quiet, but unplugged and away from the normal routine will give you more insight into who it is, what it is, and why you are doing what you're doing. You will be able to hear your heart. And if you're going to keep on keeping on, you have to keep dreaming because you have to keep imagining more, better, faster, stronger. But if you're going to keep dreaming, you need to hear your heart. You need to listen to what's in you, what was planted in you at the beginning of time. You need to listen to your heart seed. What zings your heart? What really lights you up, makes you happy? How can you get to the quiet place, to the alone moments, so your heart song is the only thing that's playing? Where can you find your peace? And how can you connect to that peace? The peace that tells your heart it's settled. Even if there's a storm brewing around you, your heart is settled into this peace. How can you make time to break away from the routine that may or may not be holding you back? What will you do to unplug from the constant barrage that may be hindering your ability to tap into your unique path? You have a unique design. You can live in purpose and on purpose, and you can dare to dream each and every day when you tap into that unique design, which is what your heart is trying to tell you. Listen to your heart. If you're struggling to hear your heart, connect with me today. Head over to the website, catherinelang.com. Click the button to schedule a call, and let's talk about how you are uniquely designed to live in purpose and on purpose. Thank you for joining me for today's Growing Hope. Remember, please like and share and subscribe, and tell your friends to come join us each weekday. Until next time, remember, be blessed, and in all that you're doing, be a blessing.
Thank you for joining us for Growing Hope with Catherine Lang, where we are sharing hope, encouragement, and inspiration to do more. Visit www.catherinelang.com to invite Catherine to be part of your event or to share your own stories of possibility living. Until next time, remember that a seed of hope planted and nurtured will grow up into a world of possibilities.